What ruined gaming? This tweet has been making its waves around Twitter recently, and as someone who has played professional video games, I play Madden, and I make videos every single day, and my entire life revolves around video games. I thought I'd have a somewhat interesting perspective. Obviously, my perspective is skewed and a little bit different than the average everyday gamer, but I thought it'd be interesting, and I just like having conversations about stuff. So, what ruined gaming? I think there's a lot of really bad replies to this. I think there's a lot of very fair replies to this. I also think just in general, right? Just in general, recency bias is huge, and nearly everything feels like it was better back in the day than it is right now, right? It's always like I wish we knew the good times were here before they're gone. You know, if you look back at so many different things, I feel like it's always, man, things were better back then, right? So, I want to kind of give my thoughts, scroll through some replies, kind of give my thoughts, whatnot. Obviously, some people are going to say making content, not going to lie. You'll see a lot of creators say this. It's just not relevant to the argument because the majority of gamers are not creators. Now, is this true for creators? Definitely can see that because I've experienced that, right? Just because it goes from being a video game that's fun, happy-go-lucky to everything is very it becomes a very a job, for lack of a better word, right? It becomes a business. You have to perform. You have to, et cetera, et cetera. But for the average gamer, for the casual, more typical gamer, right? I want to immediately address this right here. Comp gaming ruined gaming. This is just nowhere near true. Not even close. First and foremost, competitiveness is in literally everything in life. First and foremost, right? Everything in life. And competitive gaming has been around for decades, 20 years. When was Halo first? Because the first Halos, when they started being played online, there was comp players in Halo. There's comp players. I remember playing Modern Warfare. There's comp players in COD. There's comp players in every video game. Is it more mainstream now? Sure, but there's always been comp and there's always been competitiveness. Even with just playing with your friends, you'd use the best tactics. I remember in Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, people would noob tube with the grenade launcher and they'd throw C4 and double tap X. It was annoying. Still, like, back in the day, comp gaming was still a thing, and competitiveness in and of itself is a good thing. It's fun, right? We're gonna get to some things though. New age monetization methods, and this is we're gonna touch on this. Skill-based matchmaking, I think is fine. I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on this. I think it's fine. New age monetization methods. Game modes that don't make companies money are abandoned and are left bare bones and left to dry. And now the most resource-heavy game modes, which are the most fun, prioritized game modes, to get the full optimized experience of them, you have to spend so much money. You have to spend so much money. Talking about Madden here, right? Let's talk about Madden. Ultimate Team is the go-to game mode for Madden, okay? This is the game mode that is the most fun from EA. Well, it's a game mode that EA pushes the most, and it's the game mode that most people feel like they have to play to be able to play Madden, right? Now, not everybody, but it is the thing. Madden right now, the head game mode is Ultimate Team. Same with 2K being My Team or My Career, which are both microtransaction based as well. To play the most popular game modes now, you have to spend the whatever amount it is for the game, $60, whatever it is. And then to be able to experience the game at its highest potential, you have to either put in so many hours of grinding to where you're not even enjoying the game anymore, where you're just grinding, or you have to spend insane amount of money, a ridiculous amount of money. Now, I'm going to go to quote tweets, because I know I saw some good ones. So immediately we see microtransaction. I think this is one of the biggest things. Is microtransaction in and of itself, where back in the day, there was DLC, where the game was totally complete. Then if you wanted a couple more maps, right, in Call of Duty, buy a DLC, right? Buy a DLC, right? This is, microtransaction, I think, ruined it. And that big thing is that I think microtransactions in and of itself are super predatory. You see company greed, super predatory. First and foremost, it promotes loot boxes. which are essentially gambling, which leaves a terrible taste in your mouth constantly. At least for me, it does. Ripping packs, hoping the odds are in your favor. It's extremely predatory. If we're being like super honest, it's super predatory because they're all promoted to kids, and it's again you usually end up feeling like you don't even get your money's worth, which is like also leaves a terrible feeling in your mouth, and you're just spending money on a video game that you already bought. It's extremely frustrating. I hate it. I want to go through some of these because we're going to hit some more talking points. I think competitive scene, I think this argument's so weak. I think this argument is so weak. Skill-based matchmaking, I don't really know how this would, I guess, I don't even know how this necessarily would be that ruined it, how this would ruin it. Because I think pointing at people of your same skill is, like, fair, right? Seems fair, in my opinion. Now, I'll get the comments of, like, oh, I don't want to sweat all the time when I load up. And I do get that, I guess. I get that. I think a big thing, though, is that because of these microtransactions, all of these game developers are putting so many resources into, again, for Madden, into Ultimate Team, and totally leaving franchise and everything else. I mean, face a franchise literally does not work half the time. What? How does it not work? It's it's terrible. That's bad. And there's a bunch of games that are similar like this, like where the games don't work and stuff like that. It's bad, and so people can't even enjoy what they want to play. They can't enjoy single player essentially because there's no way for these companies haven't found a way to optimize monetization in single player game modes, which they also, I hope they never, they shouldn't. And so the companies don't put any resources into it. Those game modes end up sucking. People who enjoy that stuff get tired of it because the game modes suck and are clearly underfunded, and they have to go try to play MUT or something, which is clearly, way more resource intensive, and then they have to spend more money, they have to spend a bunch of time, et cetera, et cetera. I've seen battle royales cooked FPS shooters. I guess I don't totally understand why this would be. I don't know. I want to see, though, a big thing, a really big thing, and it's from my guy CC mentions this, if we scroll down here a little bit, is, I guess I don't know where. Okay, downloadable updates. It created the excuse to finish to release unfinished games. Super agree. In theory, obviously, downloadable updates are great, and I don't want them to go away. But what's happened is that I have seen it again in my space with Madden. I have seen it lead to just games being launched that are not finished, with the intentions of we'll fix it in an update. And what typically happens is that it doesn't get fixed correctly in the update, or it doesn't get the fix leads to another broken thing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, okay, that's bad. That's very, very bad. W right here says shitters. I don't think this is the case. I don't think this is the case. But I really agree with what Mike Mack says here. Getting older is only a truly correct answer. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, right? I think recency bias is a huge thing for myself and everybody included in most topics on the internet. I think recency bias plays a huge factor that people do not take into account. I think it's a huge thing. And I really think, and this is my reply right here, gaming companies squeezing every last dollar out of its customers to be able to play the game. I mean, really, to maximize to play MUT at its full potential, you have to spend so much money, which leaves such a terrible taste in my mouth, and I think a lot of people's mouths. It's really, really bad. I want to see, well, I tweeted this. The comp players ruined gaming argument soft. Same with blaming YouTubers and streamers. I don't think there's a reason. I think genuinely the games are probably worse. I think nostalgia is. I just don't agree that it's... The fact of the matter is, Call of Duty, when I first started playing 10 years ago or whatever it was, I could have went on the internet back then and watched a full gameplay or a full walkthrough of the campaign. I could have found the best trick shots, the best camping spots. In fact, I had a YouTube channel when I was 12 where I put out videos on the best camping spots in different maps. So if you thought gaming 10 years ago was better than it is now, comp gaming was still, being a tryhard was still a thing back then. So I think that argument's just really, really weak, right? If you wanted, 10 years ago, you wanted to dominate the campaign of Call of Duty, you had access to do that on the internet. You don't have to do it now, right? You want to dominate the competition online, you could have done that 10 years ago using YouTube. People did it, right? Maybe being a tryhard is more mainstream now. I don't think that's the. I really don't. And again, I'm biased. And I'm open about that, obviously. But yeah, games are released almost 50% complete now. Promised content drops, then they abandon the project. I think games are not finished. Microtransactions killed gaming. I agree with that. Comp players ruin shooters. Honestly, dude, like I've played Call of Duty recently in the past 6 months or something. I had fun playing online. I did fine. I didn't look up YouTube videos. Me and my friends just hopped on and played, and I thought it was really fun. Like I wasn't great. I wasn't bad. I was just fine in my lobbies, and I was like, cool. Like that was good. I don't know. I don't think comp players are. I don't think comp is the issue. It's like I don't know. Isn't a pickup game of basketball more fun when people are competing, right? Like in my mind, I don't know. I feel like that's the thing, man. I don't know. I really think this is a huge issue. I really think this is a huge issue of gaming companies being extremely greedy, and it's really frustrating to see. Yeah, I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are. This is more of a trending topic type video from us. Obviously, we usually post Madden content, so if you enjoy, consider just hitting the like button, subscribing, because if I can make more videos like these, I will, just because they're kind of fun to talk about. And yeah, I'm curious what your opinions are too. Because honestly, everyone has their opinion. Usually, when people have different opinions, it's somewhere in the middle somewhere, right? So that's my opinion.